For so many of us, that first cup of coffee is this sacred morning ritual, right? It's all about patience, instinct, and let's be honest, a bit of trial and error. But what happens when that whole routine gets a dose of artificial intelligence? That's exactly what we're going to dive into.
I mean, really think about it. How many times have you made coffee at home and it's just not right? A little too bitter, maybe a little watery. It's so frustrating. Chasing that perfect cup can feel like a total gamble. So much depends on the beans, the grind, even the weather.
Well, get this. There's a whole new wave of coffee machines out there that promise to completely eliminate all that guesswork. We're talking about reimagining the entire ritual, turning that morning gamble into a sure thing. And the promise here is actually pretty simple, but it's a huge deal. The idea is, instead of you messing with settings and just hoping for the best, an AI system actually learns your specific taste. It's all about getting a totally personalized cup of coffee that's perfect every single time. Okay, so how on earth does that even work? How can a machine possibly understand something as personal and subjective as taste? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the brain behind the brew.
Basically, an AI coffee machine is, at its core, a data collecting machine. It's just loaded with sensors. They're tracking everything: water temp, flow rate, pressure, you name it. It can even tell how fresh your beans are. So it's not just blindly following a recipe, it's creating a custom one just for you. And here's the cool part. It's always learning. Every single cup you make, it's gathering more data, it builds this little flavor profile that's all about you, and then it starts tweaking things in real time to nail that perfect flavor. It's not just about repeating a good cup, it's actively trying to make the next one even better. So this leads us to the big debate, right? The heart of this whole thing, the beautiful, hands-on craft of a human making coffee versus the cold, calculated precision of a machine. Are we losing something here, or are we gaining something incredible? You can really think of it as two totally different approaches. You've got the human barista, who relies on years of experience, that gut feeling, that special touch. And then you have the machine, which relies purely on data, sensors, and algorithms to get a perfect, calculated result. And this is where you can really see the pros and cons. Let's talk consistency. A great barista is, well, great, but even the best have off days. In AI, it's going to give you that same perfect cup every single time. And what about efficiency? The AI cuts way down on waste from all that trial and error, which means you save beans and you save money. And that's a really important point. Over time, those savings could actually make up for the higher price of the machine itself. One cafe owner put it really well. He said coffee making has gone through these different phases. Like back in '99, it was all art, all instinct. Then, in the 2010s, tech came along and we started to understand the science of it all. So AI is really just the next logical step, right? Using data to take that science and make it incredibly precise. So, okay, if AI can master coffee in our own kitchens, what happens when it shows up at your local coffee shop? Because it is. This tech is making its way into the professional world, and it even has a name, the robot barista. Yeah, that's a direct quote from a cafe owner who's been in the business for decades. It's a pretty intense warning, and it makes you wonder about the future of a job that, for so many people, is a classic rite of passage. So is he just being dramatic? Well, meet Artly. This is not your average clunky vending machine. This is a super advanced robotic system that was trained using something called imitation learning. It literally recorded and now replicates the exact, precise movements of Joe Yan, a two-time U.S. coffee champion. And what it can do is, honestly, it's stunning. We're not talking about a simple pod machine here. Artly uses a fully manual espresso machine, the same kind you'd see in a high-end cafe. It can pour crazy detailed latte art, tulips, swans, you name it. It can even understand custom orders, like, hey, can I get extra foam? Because it has language models built in. This isn't just automation, this is pure skill, replicated by a robot. And listen, don't think this is some sci-fi prototype we might see in 10 years. Right now, as we speak, there are over 40 Artly locations up and running in the US and Canada. This is happening today. So here's the key, right? Not every barista is in the same boat. That cafe owner we mentioned, he says there are basically two kinds of baristas. You've got the button pusher, the person just following a script at a big chain. Their job is definitely at risk. But then you have the barista ninja, the true expert who has deep coffee knowledge, incredible skill, and builds a real connection with customers. That's something a machine just can't do. Okay, let's step back and look at the big picture here. What's actually driving this whole shift? And what does it mean for the future of that coffee you drink every morning? So, why is this all happening now? It looks like a perfect storm of three big things. First, the rise of the smart home. An AI coffee maker just fits right in. Second, the whole work from home thing has people spending more money on their home coffee game. And finally, all of us are demanding better quality and more personalization. And that's exactly what these machines are designed for. And check out this wild statistic that kind of explains everything. A recent survey found that 50%, half, of all coffee drinkers would pick convenience over anything else. We're talking over taste, over customer service, everything. When half the market just wants something fast and easy, well, the door for automation just swings wide open. So what does this mean for our human baristas? How do they survive? Well, they've got to double down on what makes them human. We're talking deeper knowledge about where the coffee comes from, next-level skills, and most importantly, that human connection, that awesome customer service that a robot, no matter how sophisticated, can never really pull off. And that kind of leaves us with one final question to think about. The next time you go to make your morning coffee, think about how it's being made. Are you happy with a cup brewed by habit, where you just hope for the best? Or are you ready for a cup that's brewed by learning, something that's always adapting and getting better, just for you? It's a choice that's becoming more real with every passing day.